Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Blue Nose Trading. My name is Tori Solis, and today I'm going to be replacing the kiln sitter in my old Paragon set and fire. The kiln sitter is a model LT3K, and I have ordered a replacement from Scott. It is the K-type extra long assembly piece, so I'll post a link to where you can get that. Which kiln sitter you're going to need is going to depend on your kiln. I would recommend that you ask someone if you're not sure, because it does vary. There are lots of different lengths. There's K-type and P-type, and so you're gonna have to double check. But this is generally how you take it out and you put the new one in. So let's get to it. So I have a couple different tools here with me today. I have a Phillips head screwdriver, and then I also have a adjustable, I think they're called pliers. So to get the first thing we're gonna need to do is get the plate off. I've already loosened this, so I'm just gonna take my adjustable pliers and take these faceplate bolts off. I've kind of gotten them loosened already so I can get them with my hands. I am gonna set them all together off to the side. There might be better tools for this, but this is the tools that I've got. So, you know, if you got a better tool, use it. Don't be hating on my tools. So, now that we've gotten that off, this isn't gonna come off because it's connected here by these two screws, which in my case can be removed with a Phillips head. So we'll just take these out. Okay. Take this out. Just as a reminder, in case I didn't mention it, you do need to make sure that you have no power whatsoever going to your kiln. You want to turn it off at the breaker so that you don't accidentally electrocute yourself. Important note. So now there's still two screws here and here underneath the plate of the kiln sitter. So it's another Phillips head screws, so we're just going to take those out. Alright, now that I have all of the screws out, I am going to be able to take off this faceplate a little. It's kind of connected to wires and stuff, so you have to kind of be careful when you jiggle it out. If you get stuck on something like me, there you go. Just gotta kind of wiggle gently and see what you're stuck on. So this is the kiln sitter right here, which is what we're gonna be just taking out. So I'm just gonna pull this whole assembly out, just like that. And as you can see here, it was broken. One of the pieces that holds up the sitter is totally gone, so it doesn't hold up. You can't put a cone in there, so that's broken. And then we're going to take the new part and we're going to pray that it fits. So it does have a thing on the new one that says top, so this is the top. It's going to go in like this. So we're going to pull off this gauge here, and then we're going to work it in very carefully. So if you look into, here I'll show you, if you're looking into your kiln hole, see if we can get a better angle here. Looking into your kiln hole here, you can see that there is a hole right there. That's where the kiln sitter needs to go into. So let me see if I can get it in there. Throwing the camera all around. So we're going to put this in. Carefully into the hole. Okay. And then that is how we put it in there. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to go and we're going to check on the inside of the kiln to see if it is sticking out and that we can see it to make sure that we got the right size. Okay, so coming into the kiln, we're gonna open it up, and yay! The kiln sitter is sitting there at the appropriate spot, which means that I ordered the right size. And if you can see all the glaze drips, that'll be my next video of cleaning those out and repairing that floor as I restore this kiln. So let's finish putting the kiln sitter in. So the new kiln sitter came with new screws. So I'm going to remove those screws. These are the ones that are going to hold it into the, oh no, there we go, okay. They're going to hold it into the faceplate. So we're gently removing the screws. You could remove them before you stick it in there if you are ambitious and smart. Alright. We're going to line up this kiln sitter with this faceplate. Okay? So now that we get the holes here lined up with the kiln sitter itself, we're going to take the screws. They're flat screws. That's important because that outside plate isn't going to fit on there if you don't use the flat screws to hold the kiln sitter to the faceplate. So, step one. I'm holding this kiln sitter against the faceplate with my other hand on the back so that I can line up the screw. And then I'm going to just screw it in here. Now that I got that one in, the second one will be a lot easier because it's already lined up. You might have to jiggle it a little bit to find the hole exactly. Like me, who said it was lined up and then, alright, it's just a little lower. There we go. Oh, we got it in there good. So now that we have that, the kiln sitter is attached here. Hopefully we put it in the right way. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. And we're going to want to put our faceplate back on. So we'll just line the faceplate back up. Get those other screws. Stick them right here. Okay, well, let's just get this attached. There we go. So a lot of stuff in there. Put these in by hand. I'll tighten them up later once I'm ready for that. Right now I'm just putting them in there so I don't lose them. The last thing I'm gonna have to do here is this part right here that holds my kiln sitter. The new one didn't come with that piece, so I'm going to have to find this little screw and get this off of here and put it on here. I'm going to go find that piece and I will be back. Okay, so I found this piece to take off this here. And there are better tools for this, but these are the tools I found. So, I'm just gonna, I'm not using the drill for this. That is a little too hardcore, so I'm just gonna try to hand crank it around. Again, if you got better tools, use them. There are definitely better tools. Alright, so there's 2 of these on here, and I managed to get the bottom one unscrewed, but the top one appears to be stripped. So I am going to have to find something to cut this with, this piece of metal, so I can get this one off and use it. So I'm going to go find that. Okay, so what I found to remove this piece that I need here by cutting this metal is a Dremel with a metal cutting tool, some safety glasses, and some water for coolant. So let's just see about getting through it very carefully. I think, there we go. All right. So, now we're able to get that piece off, so we can go and put this back on. Alright, so that was a side excursion to get this piece for the kiln sitter, which is going to basically hold the sitter down so that it, works. So I've got the little screw here that goes into the top. So I'm just gonna put this on here, how it goes, and tighten that little screw into the top to hold it tight. And I'm gonna give it a little twist with the pliers. Like I said, if you got better tools, use them. I'm using what I got, don't at me. Okay, so now this should work. Let's see. Whenever we get one of our small cones, just grab one of these little baby cones here. Oh, they're all stuck together. Alright, well, that was perfect. So now I've got a cone. This is a cone. Cone 5 cone. And I'm going to go into my kiln. So when I put this cone in here, cone, there we go. So when that cone is in there, then out here, whoa, this can be turned, and then this is held up, and when the cone falls, this will fall down, and my kiln sitter is now fixed and functional. So that is pretty fantastic. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. I hope you found this helpful as we changed out the kiln sitter in an old manual Paragon set and fire kiln. I didn't take any of the trials, tribulations, or steps that I had to take out of this, just in case you run into them too, but it may be a smoother process for you or not. It just really depends. I thought it was pretty smooth, other than that weird little part right here that we had to get off. So if you thought this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see a weekly art video and tag along with my ceramic journey, you can subscribe to this channel, Blue Nose Trading. And if you'd like to support my channel and get access to all of my videos and some exclusive access to some exclusive content, you can find me at patreon.com/BlueNoseTrading, and I will see you guys next week.